KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader when the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Have you had dreams about an ex-spouse or an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, and you're wondering, what in the world could this mean? Could dreams about an ex have a deeper meaning? Let's talk about the 7 reasons why you're dreaming about your ex. So many people have had dreams about an ex. And while dreaming about an ex is usually negative, you can have a positive dream involving your ex. So let's talk about the 7 reasons why you're dreaming about your ex. Number 1, a soul tie. So a soul tie can be the reason why you're dreaming about your ex. So you might ask, what is a soul tie? A soul tie is a strong bond, attachment, or deep connection between two people. And while the Bible doesn't specifically mention the words soul tie, it does refer to this type of relationship in both the positive and the negative. For example, in 1 Samuel 18:1, it says, the soul of Jonathan was bonded to the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as himself. So this is a positive example of a soul tie. But in 2 Corinthians 6:14, it says, do not be unequally bound together with unbelievers, for what fellowship can light have with darkness? And this is an example of a negative soul tie. So a soul tie is that deep connection you have with someone, so much so that you find it very hard to break free from the person, no matter how much you want to. A soul tie can have a profound negative effect on your life. There are actually different types of soul ties. So if you want me to go in depth about soul ties and breaking soul ties, let me know in the comments section. But a soul tie can absolutely be a reason why you keep dreaming about your ex.
I don't know. I don't know. You know, black folk, we spiritual. Oh, yes, Lord, we are spiritual. You underdig? So, yeah, I mean, from an African-American spiritualist kind of context, a lot of what the young lady was saying has some validity. But from a psychological context, I don't know. We're going to get into it. Tonight's topic, we got another slapper. Oh, we got another one. Dream lover. I want to get to know you better. So tell me your dreams. Sleep language. Why is this important? Let me just say this. We know so damn little about the person we dealing with. Many of us don't know nothing about that person other than their physical appearance. Tell me I'm lying. We don't know nothing, right? We don't know what type of environment they were raised in. We don't know their attachment styles. We don't know their communication style. We don't know nothing about these folk. Nothing. And I think if we start digging into the work of Freud and Carl Jung, and I know, a lot of people are going to be like, when are you supposed to say this stuff to the person you just met? When are you supposed to sit them down and start asking them about their dreams and the contents of? I need to know what's happening with you. Why? If I have a pretty good idea of what's happening with me, I know some of the mess in me is going to interact with the mess in you. I think we have to do a much better job at trying to get to know folk. And if dreams are one way of doing it, psychiatrists, psychologists, dream analysis is something that Freud was big on. Look what Charles Fisher said. Dreams permit each and every one of us to be quietly and safely insane every night of our lives. Do you know when you go to sleep, do you know that for all intents and purposes, you are paralyzed? Do you know why that is? Do you know why? Because this monster, this subconscious monster that Carl Jung and all these people were talking about, imagine if you still had motor function. See, your body shuts down, your brain shuts everything for some people. Now you have some people who sleepwalk. You have some people who still have some limited motor function. But imagine if you could function while you were asleep. I'm going to get this guy's name. But there was a guy in Canada. The guy, 6'5", 285 pounds, big dude, right? The man went to sleep, and in the middle of the night, woke up, got in his car, left the front door open, left the garage door open, and drove 14 miles to his in-laws' house and killed them. All while he was asleep. He got acquitted. Look it up. He was acquitted because he was asleep. Now let me go back to this. Dreams permit each and every one of us to be quietly and safely insane every night of our lives. Chris Fisher. You know why this is big to me? Because in our waking ours, right? We get to perform and front like we're sane. Many of us are simply not sane. We are performers. We are actors in our lives. We act like our aspirations. Can I be honest? We act like our aspirations. We want to front like we're complete, but really we're not. There are some deep-seated things happening underneath the surface of our neatly manicured facade. Would it be too much? Right? Would it be too much to ask, or when should we ask the person we're interested in or our significant other, can you share some of your dreams with me? When is that going to be normal? Like asking for a zodiac sign. I need intel. Can you get to know someone better by understanding who they are through an accurate interpretation of their dreams? What can our dreams tell us about our relationships, generational curses, and childhood trauma? How do maladaptive attachment styles impact our dreams? What is my subconscious trying to tell me in my dreams? Can you discover if your partner is cheating on you through your dreams? If you die in your dreams, does that mean you will die in the real world? Are your dreams more closely related to the matrix in which we live in, or in our waking state, or the real world in which the ancients said was when we were asleep? The ancients said when you're asleep and dreaming, that's the real world. Which is realer to you? The matrix or the dream world? I want to know. Do dreams carry real messages about real world events? Is there a way to communicate with someone through your dreams? Ooh. What does modern day psychology say about dream analysis? Is it true that if you dream about somebody, they are thinking about you? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. I need to know. We need a better way to discover who we dealing with. Maybe we take it to bed. When I come forward, I'm opening up the phone lines. This is going to be a heater.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Climate is king.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that caring for the community means caring about the climate. You might have heard that we announced a pretty bold 12-month, $2 million campaign to do 4 things. Increase climate literacy, turn up the volume on communities of color in the climate conversation, connect everyday people with the resources they need to survive and thrive, and highlight frontline climate justice crusaders of color throughout this year. KBLA Talk 1580 will be bringing you insightful interviews on all of our shows to help raise your climate IQ. Each quarter this year, we will also be hosting free climate events in various communities throughout the city with food, fun, and forward-thinking conversations. Thanks to partners like LADWP, Metro, Caltrans, the Sierra Club, the California Community Foundation, the California Endowment, AQMD, MWD, and more. You'll also be hearing more about a couple of national town halls broadcasting live from Los Angeles, to which you will be invited. And we'll be rolling out a robust social media campaign on all our platforms, as well as an outdoor media campaign, all designed to educate, enlighten, and empower you in our fight for climate justice.
We want cleaner air.
Caring about the community means caring about the climate. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that we really can change the world if we care enough. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
What does it mean when you dream about someone? Having a dream about someone can make you wonder, what was the meaning? Why did they pop up in my sleep and in my dreams? And you try to find the answer and find what the message is. Now, there's one thing that is always true when you have a dream about someone, and it's generally true about your dreams. And that's that it's energy coming forward from your subconscious. So because it's energy coming forward from your subconscious, there are a multitude of reasons that you could be dreaming about a specific person. But I'm going to tell you the different reasons that it could be, and then it'll give you more clarity in being able to understand each time you have a dream about someone, why it happened. Because it's not that if you dream about someone, you have a dream about them, let's say on one day, and then again after a month, and then again after a few months. It doesn't mean that every time you dreamt about this specific person that it has the same meaning and that it's because of the same reason. It could be something different each time. So look at the energy and look at your dream.
The energy is not falsifiable. Like, I can't, it's a little woo-woo, right? Here are some facts, some psychological facts about dreams. This is very interesting here. Because listening to what she said, if you're dreaming about somebody, it's an energy from your subconscious that, and listen, I'm as woo-woo as the next person. But I need things to be just a little stronger, right? A little stronger. Here's a psychological fact. We only dream of what we know. Our dreams are frequently full of strangers who play out certain parts. Did you know that your mind is not inventing those faces? The strangers are people we've seen. They are real faces of real people that you have seen during life, but you may not know or remember. The evil killer in your latest dream may be the guy who pumps gas into your dad's car when you were a little kid, right? We all have seen hundreds of thousands of faces throughout our lives, and our mind is our brain is recording this stuff, right? Right? This is interesting. So we have an endless supply of characters for our brain to utilize during our dreams. Did you know that? So a lot of times we'll take the woo-woo look at it, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just your mind putting use to useless faces that you've been seeing. If we want to get deep, seeing throughout your life, if we want to get metaphysically deep, Rumi says it this way. Though we seem to be sleeping, there is an inner wakefulness that directs the dream and will eventually startle us back to the truth of who we are. Though we seem to be sleeping, there is an inner wakefulness that directs the dream and will eventually startle us back to the truth of who we are. I think it's somewhere in the middle here. But as a guy who talks relationships, I think dream analysis is important. Why? Because I think what scares your partner in their subconscious when they're dreaming it might provide some type of insight into what they're dealing with, into what they're battling with. Now, people nowadays are uber private and they don't really want to have real conversations. So I don't even know how you would broach this conversation. Hey, what was the last dream you had? And what was it about? What was the plot? And, people might think you're prying, right? But I do believe there's something to adding this to the get to know you bucket, right? Freud's psychoanalytic approach to dream interpretation posits that dreams are a manifestation of unconscious desires, fears, and unresolved conflicts. Do you see where I'm going? I know people don't want to answer these questions. According to Freud, delving into the symbolism and latent content of dreams can unveil the deepest recesses of one's psyche, offering a glimpse into the innermost workings of the mind. By applying Freudian principles to the analysis of your partner's dreams, we might be able to uncover some hidden desires, fears, and emotional complexities that shape their perceptions, behaviors, and relational patterns. This is interesting. Now, Freud's student, or I would say, his student, Carl Jung, on the other hand, kind of disagreed, right? He introduced the concept of the collective consciousness or the collective unconscious, right? Suggesting that dreams are not just personal reflections, but also contain universal symbols and archetypes that transcend individual experiences. Through Jungian dream analysis, we can explore the interconnectedness of our psyches and shared symbols that underpin our relationship. See, I don't think people really want to get this deep into relationship. I think people think you just fall into it and y'all good. But I think this might be something to do. Can you get to how would you get somebody? Is there somebody who is a dream interpreter that you guys can say, we're going to take a nap and we're going to get past the sleep stages. We're going to try to get to REM, rapid eye movement, the REM stage, and we're going to dream. And when we wake up, because here's another fact. Here's another little fact here. This is what people don't understand. This is why you should have a dream journal. You forget 90% of your dreams within 5 minutes of waking. Half of your dream is forgotten within 10 minutes. 90% of it is gone. So maybe we get somebody, right, to come to us. We go to sleep together. That person is a neutral observer. And when we wake up, what did you dream about? What did you get? Because I think that might be something that could give both people in the relationship a deeper understanding of their partner if they want to make it work. I think this is interesting. We got Carl. I mean, not Carl. I'm thinking of Carl Young. We got Sean from Oakland, California. Sean, what are your thoughts, man?
Wow, Brother Zoe, I actually love this conversation. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. That's the opposite of me. But the one thing, the first thing is sleep. If you can dream, you're actually sleeping pretty good. And that's a very important thing for your brain. If you're sleeping really well, you will dream, okay? And then, so now my interesting thought, I would like to think there's some telepathy and things in people's lives, right, that we could do this, and I'm not convinced yet. I don't have enough evidence. I don't have any that I could just, but I love that thought. But, I won't ever say, hey, I dreamed you were in my dream. I won't say that to someone. And by the way, probably don't say that to someone because it's kind of weird. But you know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of weird, but it's because you know these people, you interact with these people, and you got your good sleep. Because that's what I think of when I dream. I think, dog, you got good sleep. You are solid. You're ready for the next day. My wife bought me this ring, and I have no financial interest in this company. But Aura, the ring, it follows your sleep, everything. It gives you, how many hours, blah, 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 this stuff.
Wait, Sean, Stay with us. We're up against the clock. I'm going to carry you over. When we come forward, we going back to Sean in Oakland, California. Let's get it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Charges are being dropped against a community activist and former Easton City, Pennsylvania council candidate. In August of 2022, 56-year-old Lance Wheeler was accused of threatening a group of boys who were misbehaving in a school transport van he was driving. He faced charges of simple assault and terroristic threats, but the charges have been dropped. Wheeler, who is black, is part of a community group called Westward Wise, which stands for Watch, Identify, and Speak Up for Everything You See. The group works to decrease the amount of crime in the Westward community. Austin Peay State University is providing more opportunities for students of color. The university recently opened a new chapter of the National Society of Black Engineers. The goal is to get more black students involved in STEM. This week, about 35 members of the chapter are traveling to the National Society of Black Engineers annual convention in Atlanta. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Getting connected has never been easier. Get free Wi-Fi at all LA County library locations, inside the library and outside in the parking lots. Visit your local library and get connected today.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
If If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
LADWP is proud to partner with KBLA to share with you how to start the new year without bill worries. We're here to help if you're behind on your bill or need help staying current. Sign up anytime online for Level Pay to set predictable monthly payments throughout the year, including for past due amounts. You can also check out the special extended pay arrangements of up to 48 months to help pay down your bill. If you're a senior or income qualified, you may be eligible for Easy Save to receive discounts and also qualify for free and discounted energy and water saving devices. You can get up to $15,000 for past due water and or sewer bills and up to $3,000 for electric bills. But you gotta act fast. Funding is limited. You can reduce your past due bills and kick off the year right, because here at LADWP, we're here to help. Visit ladwp.com/cares today and find out more.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chucha's opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chucha's Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, home of the 2024 Climate Justice Campaign.
Tips to help improve your credit score in 2024. Establishing credit is an important key to achieving financial health, but building a credit history from scratch can feel challenging since you need credit to build credit. First, what does it mean to build credit? All consumers have a score between 300 and 850. You want your score to be as high as possible as lenders look at your credit score to make loan and credit decisions. A good credit score shows you have a track record of borrowing money responsibly. Remember, it's never too late to build or rebuild your credit. This segment is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and Domestic Violence Clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit lafla.org. lafla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her drama, she too defensive to listen, I'll call so. Looking at, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention series. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy, plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. So I figured I'd call in early, turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, yeah. So just lay back your mind, someday everybody tuning in to soul, cause he has
I've had more than one subscriber ask me within the last 2 months what it means if they dream about cheating on their significant other or their current partner. And the truth is, it can mean a lot of things. They jump to the conclusion that it makes them feel like something's going on. Maybe they're not as committed, or maybe they want to cheat on their partner, or their partner has cheated on them. Although all those things are possibilities, there's a lot of psychological, subconscious things that are going on when you dream about anything, especially cheating on a partner. For example, it can just mean a change in a relationship, or you're afraid of losing them. I have some ideas of possible reasons that you would have that dream. And if you're feeling really anxious about it, or maybe you're on the brink of trying to decide if you're going to get engaged or take this relationship farther, I think these things may minimize your anxiety and make you feel a little bit better. If nothing else, they'll open up a communication for you and your partner, which is, I think, the bottom line anyway. You have to talk about it with your partner when you have this dream to kind of sort out what's going on in your life. The first one is, there's something you're ashamed of or hiding from your partner in real life.
Wait, pause. Is she saying dream therapy gonna uncover that shame? A mother wound, a father wound, a shame wound, a worthiness wound? See, to me, this is sophisticated relationship investigation. Are we doing this kind of stuff when we're vetting people out? Do we go to this extent? Do we take it to this level? Most people don't. Go ahead, let her finish.
First one is, there's something you're ashamed of or hiding from your partner in real life. If you're hiding something, or something you're embarrassed about or don't want your partner to know about, your mind construes that to be a betrayal. And many times when your defenses are down, when you're sleeping, when you're not, fighting back, or your ego's not in control, you'll accept this thing, these ideas that you're betraying your partner, and it will come across as a cheating, as doing something really bad to your partner or hurtful. Remember that whenever you have a dream about cheating on your partner, it doesn't, these can be sexual, these can be financial, these can be emotional. And so it's important too that you keep an open mind and kind of go through that dream and try to find the aspects of that fit your situation. Number 2, you're feeling guilty about something. Maybe you've been talking a little too close to someone.
Wait,
or
pause it.
You've
Is she saying your dreams is your mess starring your partner and you wake up and project it onto them? Ooh, that's interesting. Let her finish.
Number 2, you're feeling guilty about something. Maybe you've been talking a little too close to someone, or you've gotten in deep with a relationship that is much more emotional and it's still friends, but it's right on the brink. Or maybe in your past you weren't exactly honest about an ex with your partner. All of these things can make you dream of betraying your partner, because in a sense, when you walk around during the day, you have good defenses. You can kind of rationalize things, but at night you can't. And so once again, that could be the culprit. What you should do is try to get introspective with it. Talk to your partner about it. If there's something you're feeling guilty and you feel like you can trust them, I think this would be a really good idea. I'll bet.
This is why I say everybody a lie. Nobody want to hear me when I say this. And listen, 5-10 years from now, they're going to be like, there was a dude yelling on KBLA every day. It's going to come out. Everybody is a lie. Everybody is strategic and clever. Do you know clever is like the perfect cover? Clever is like pseudo-intellect. If I can be clever, I can maneuver around people that I think are smart. People are clever. People are strategic. People are mercenary in their associations. Do you understand what I'm saying? And there's this performance going on in our waking hours. But when we are asleep, there is a true monster right there. There is a true monster just sitting right there. It was Freud who said, dreams reflect a person's wishes and urges. Freud also said, people dream in symbols. He also said, you are able to access or express unconscious wishes when we find, or those that we find unacceptable in real life. So dreams are able to express those unconscious wishes and desires and urges that we find unacceptable in our waking lives. Now, he broke down dreams in 2 spaces. You had manifest content, which is the storyline and the plot. And then you had latent content, which was hidden/disguised meaning. For him, the dream was really about the latent content, not the manifest content. The manifest content is the storyline and plot. Remember, the plot can be populated with millions of faces you've seen throughout your life. It can be populated with your boyfriend, with your husband, with your parents, and they could do dastardly things. But he wanted you to look deeper so you can get the latent content, the hidden/disguised meaning, which deals with your repressed shame, which deals with your repressed mother wound or father wound or childhood trauma. This is the latent meaning. This is where psychoanalyst comes, well, he has a term for it, and I want to say it right. Freud had, what is it, the activations? No, it was psychoanalysis. That's Freud right there. To satisfy one's own wishes. Manifest content, apparent meaning, latent content, hidden meaning. All right, let's get back to Sean, getting back in here. Sean, wrap it up.
Hey, Well, I'll wrap it up quick, but I
got time.
wanted to say.
You got time, Sean. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. All right. So one thing first off, I wanted to say that if you're dreaming, you're sleeping well, and please pay close attention to that, people. That's a good thing. But I'm going to make you a funny one here. And then true, absolutely true. My very first sexual experience in my life, my very first one where I did it, okay, we did, and she was an amazing person, very nice, and we're still friends, all that. And when we were done, and believe me, it wasn't that long of a deal, she said, "What are you thinking of?" And I said, "Baseball." And she got mad. But my point is that when you're, dreaming or anything like that, it's kind of a similar thing. What you're doing is experiences, right? And that's why I said, don't tell someone you're dreaming about them because they might think, oh gosh, that's weird. But that's okay if you're in a relationship and you say you're thinking of your girlfriend or dreaming of your girlfriend or your wife or whatever. But, the mind is an amazing thing, Brother Zoe. And I'm saying that I would like to believe in telepathy, but I don't have any evidence of it. But I will do this. I do visualization. I do meditation. I do my own version. I'm not in any, construct. I do it because it was baseball. They said, visualize catching the ball over the fence, visualize hitting a home run, all these things. And I always did that. I always went to bed thinking about that stuff. And so my point is use your mind. Don't be lazy. Let it happen. Who knows how powerful our brain is? Because no one's figured it out yet.
Man, I appreciate that, Sean. Guess what you just did, my friend?
Brother, brought Oakland in the building.
Town Business is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. What is my subconscious trying to tell me in my dreams? Tonight is crazy, man. Get over here. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we going to Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Hawthorne, California. The phone lines are cracking. I want to hear from you tonight.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
If you're looking for the most epic place on Earth, let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the real adventure.
Available feature. Intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help.
Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, it's impossible to talk about dream analysis without also talking about Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud wrote extensively on dreams and dream analysis. Many of his psychotherapeutic ideas came about as a result of his dream analysis sessions. He cataloged his own dreams as well as the dreams of patients who he worked with. And Sigmund Freud's ideas have become the foundation for modern psychology. None of us would be here without him. And what's amazing to me is he wrote volumes, hundreds and hundreds of pages about dreams and dream analysis and the workings of the mind. And yet I meet a lot of therapists today who pay no attention to client dreams or to their own dreams and simply have ignored the importance of dream analysis. So I'm really glad that you're here focusing on dream analysis. Now, what are 7 things that Sigmund Freud actually believed about our dreams and about the process of dream analysis? First, he believed that dreams represented a fulfillment of desire. Have you ever woken up for a dream and maybe you didn't even remember the dream, but you were like, wow, that was awesome. And you try to remember what you were dreaming because you knew something good had happened to you. At the same time, sometimes our dreams are a form of wish fulfillment when it would be inappropriate for those wishes to be fulfilled in the daytime world. Almost every one of us can relate to having an erotic dream that, well, we probably never told to anybody. And the reason why, according to Sigmund Freud, was that we were trying to fulfill our desires in the context of our dreams. Now, of course, many of our dreams fulfill our desires without having a sexual component. And Freud recognized that as well. Maybe you're having a dream about graduating or receiving an award or something like this. Dreams are a form of wish fulfillment. It's our mind processing that I want good things to happen to me. The second thing that Freud talked about was that dreams are displaced thoughts. Have you ever been thinking about something that was important, then you got interrupted, and you didn't have time to come back to that, something that was important to you? Freud would say later on that night or sometime in the near future, you very well may dream about that. And the reason why is because you had displaced thoughts, interrupted thoughts. And dreams give us the time and the space and the place to continue with our thought patterns that we weren't able to devote to in our conscious or our awakened time periods.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Unrequited desires? Boy, this is about to get pulled all the way back. You mean to tell me, because I asked a question earlier about how maladaptive attachment styles may affect our dreams. Well, if you're fearful avoidant and you fear intimacy and you don't want intimacy, but you do want intimacy. So there's this yo-yo effect, right? Or dismissive avoidant, right? Listen to what I'm going to say. Or anxious preoccupied, where you're leaning in, always leaning in, right? So maybe the anxious preoccupied dreams about having to chase even though they don't want to chase. Woo. Maybe the fearful avoidant who is really yearning and fearing intimacy dreams, and this goes for the dismissive avoidant too, dreams of the partner cheating so now they can have a quote-unquote spiritual experience that justifies sabotaging the relationship. Whoa. Now listen. I'm not saying that dreams don't convey message. I'm not saying that. I lean on the woo-woo side, on the spirit side. I do believe that some of these messages, like Carl Jung said, go back. You hear in the ancient writings to the Akashic records, this collective subconscious where is the repository of every thought that has ever been thought. I lean towards that side. However, what if that's what people are doing? The relationship is going well, getting a little too close, getting a little too comfortable. I'm starting to depend on these people, and I was probably raised to not depend. So now it's time for me to find a reason. Could that be a reasoning too? I'm very interested to know what you guys think. Who's been on the longest? Nazarene X, Atlanta, Georgia. Get in here.
What up, though?
What up, man? What up? Talk to me, man. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Man, there's so many layers to this, what they call that, the Inception layers.
This is Inception tonight, right?
Yeah. So I like how you say you could be in a different zone creatively when you're creating your own future, your vision for yourself regardless. So I think part of that whole dream walking or making your dreams come true and all of that other stuff, like, you know, that's part of the course as far as what's seen to be acceptable bottom lines is just according to nature. Like, I ain't necessarily go to school to learn how to have a dream idea or whatever. I did have to hear about these words like ideals and stuff, but the whole thing is like how even yesterday, I caught it late, but again, even if I show yesterday, it was like, your ideals would mess around be them idols. And then while you know what I'm saying, got all this repressed hormones and stuff like that, that's the only thing that I've kind of tripped up on. Like, I like crazy heifers for...
Wait, stay with me, Nazarene. Hold tight. We going back to Atlanta, Georgia. If you want to talk about it tonight, all you got to do is get to your phone lines. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580.
Wished was sweet.